Good morning, people. It's another Monday. It's another Friday for a morning motivation, brand new series brought to you by Starstruck TV. I am Jerron Eichner, aka Black One, currently trying to process Avengers Endgame. Watched that last night with my son, and I'm not gonna give out any spoilers. I'm gonna give a review later, but it's not that. We're here to talk about motivation, keep it moving. Once again, these are brief, short little things about what I got going on, little tips, little just insights on the industry and just being an artist that may or may not help you reach the next level of your career. My advice is just from my experience. But today I want to talk about the concept of mentality, we versus me. And what does it mean to have we mentality versus me mentality? And hold on, I'm trying to multitask here. I need to get a producer to do this shit for me, so I don't get distracted. Which is, one of the steps that we're doing. But yeah, me mentality versus we mentality. So this is something I've been thinking about a lot. As you may or may not know, last year I launched my own multimedia company called Starstruck Multimedia. We specialize in everything that's media related, from rapping, hip hop production, videos, short films, writing services, news, blogs, basically anything media related. And part of my I guess structure here is that I have artists that are on my team, and I use these artists to push the brand. And basically when I brought artists onto my team, I told them, I was like, yes, you rap, you make music, but when you come onto Starstruck Multimedia, you were no longer a musician, you were now a multimedia artist. And what I mean by that is that we are finding different ways to demonstrate your craft and your music and present you, because at the end of the day, the brand is you, not what you're presenting. What you're presenting is your product. McDonald's sells cheeseburgers and they sell Big Macs and stuff, but if it wasn't for the golden arches, you wouldn't mess with them if you eat McDonald's. Most people don't fuck with McDonald's these days. With that in mind, me being the creative that I am, there's a lot of me being the leader of the team, I have to oftentimes make decisions based on what needs to happen, if that makes any sense. So, for example, and I'm probably going to talk about this every day until it drops, I have a project coming out called Parallax. Parallax is actually I'm not even on this project. I mean, I made all the beats, and I'm the executive producer on it, but I'm not even on this project. But it's a multimedia event. It's actually probably the first real, I would say, multimedia event from the brand as Starstruck as a whole. In the sense that before I did multimedia events like this, it was all just for me. And now this is the first time that the team is involved and we're taking it to the next level. So as a result, there's oftentimes, because of how we're rolling this out, that I just have to make decisions. I can't just go and I can't reach out to Lizzie Page all the time because she's working and living her life, and call her up and be like, yo, we're doing this. But she also has adopted the we mentality of the label, meaning that if she is subscribed to Starstruck and doing and on the team doing Starstruck things, then she understands that she kind of has to trust me, and she has to relinquish a little bit of her power. I wouldn't say power because that's not the right word, because she has as much creative control as she wants, but relinquish the idea of subscribing to traditional methods of putting your music out, because I do things differently. I'm not the type to just record music, put it out there, and then that's not my bag. I'm all about trying creative things, but the problem is my brain moves really, really fast. People like to toss around the word genius. I hate being called that. I'm not a genius, but what I am is I'm really, really, really smart. I will say that, and I am really, really resourceful, and I'm really, really urgent, meaning that I move at a very fast pace once I have an idea and I'm passionate about it. So last couple days ago, I'm not sure if you guys are following everybody on Starstruck. Make sure you do. The Real Lizzie P, Vinny Mendez, Johnny Rubix, Jaka Zulu, Cousin It. If you go check out their social media channels, you will see that on Wednesday night I dropped the artwork for Parallax. I help run all their pages, like I have access to all their pages, and that worked out really good for me. That goes back to the whole we mentality of them being able to trust their leader and let me just kind of run with it. I went on their pages and I posted the artwork on all their pages at the same time. I didn't ask them, I just did it. A lot of that has to do with trust. You know, they're giving me access to like their social media accounts to do stuff like that, and I think a lot of the issue that we come to in this scene is that a lot of people in this scene, or just in general, are not willing to relinquish power. And what I mean by that is that like everybody here has an ego. Everybody wants to have stuff done a certain way, etc. and so forth. Now with me, in my situation, like I'm the same way. I deal with this a lot. And on the reverse side of that, me being the leader of this label, I have to oftentimes find the give and take between artists. Like if I'm working with Vinny and saying like, hey, like we're gonna roll out this stuff, I'm not gonna tell him how to do it, but I'm gonna offer insight and be like, hey, let's find a middle ground to figure out the best way to make this work. Because you have a vision, I have a vision, and we're on a team together for a reason. A lot of artists out here fly solo. I don't think that there's a lot of record labels or entities out here doing it on a scale that allows for people to just be artists. So a lot of artists out here operating on their own accord, trying to figure it all out on their own. And this kind of goes more into line with the me mentality, because people feel like they shouldn't reach out to people. You know what I'm saying? They feel like they shouldn't go and reach out and ask people for advice, or maybe throw it back at somebody and be like, hey, like I need this talk. People are afraid that their ideas will get stolen, or that people will hate on them, or that people will not, or take their ideas and try to manipulate that. But what we have to understand is that in this day and age, things are moving so fast and so quick and so rapidly that you can't just like sit on it. You know what I'm saying? You can't just sit there and sit on your ideas anymore, because things are moving so fast. And I'm not sure if you guys ever watched the philosophical movie called Waking Life. Came out in like the early 2000s. But one of the things about that particular movie is there's this one scene that has Christian Slater in it, and he's laying next to his wife Mira Sorvino, and they're talking about an experiment that some scientists did in Europe that involved taking I think it was like 50 people, and they give them a crossword puzzle, right? And they had to sat them in a room and they give them a crossword puzzle, and they filled out the crossword puzzle, and then they left. And then the very next day, they had 50 new people come in and fill out that same crossword puzzle from the previous day, and they noticed that the answers on the crossword puzzle increased by like 45%. Same crossword puzzle from the previous day. Now, the reasoning behind this, from a philosophical / spiritual sense, is that because these people manifested these answers onto the crossword puzzle the day before, the energy is now resonating into the universe. It's out there. And so what people have to do is that if they're in tune to the frequency, they can tap into that, draw those energies out, and use that in their own world. That's kind of how ideas work in general, in the sense that if you have an idea and you don't execute on it, but you're putting it out there, someone's going to pick up on that energy and create. With that in mind, why would you try to maintain a me mentality, knowing that there's people out there who could probably do it better than you, who probably can give you better advice, and can probably help you execute your dream and your vision? Teams are so important now. And I feel like Arizona in particular, and I say and I know that I'm on a Starstruck page right now, which is, you know, nationwide, but Arizona hip hop, this is where I'm based, in particular, is really lacking in that department. There's not a lot of teamwork. There's a lot of me mentality. A lot of me first, me first, me first. And I'm saying this from experience as an artist who went solo for about 10 years out here, trying to like really just put me first, me first, me first. Ever since I switched to the brand, Starstruck, and made it all about Starstruck, things have been rolling snowball effects. And that's because I'm taking this energy that's out there in the universe and I'm redistributing it to my people, my team, and we're growing with that. Where are we time-wise? Perfect. All right, cool. This is a good place to stop. I'm trying to make these videos short, trying to make them brief. A couple people already hit me up yesterday saying, like, I already love this. So, you know, I know y'all ain't watching this live, but you're watching it after the fact. But if you do like this video, please share it. Please tell your friends. Follow the Starstruck TV page. We're doing this every day until I get bored and do something else. One love. We'll see you later. Peace. Woo-woo.